Roll forming generally designed to form a panel from the center. Before we put strips to feeder, it's highly recommended to cut two sides of strips. This will help strips feed in the center of rollers. Appear deficiency on one stand. Once we occur deficiency on profile after one tolling stand should check the gapping and up roller down roller alignment. Likewise, you can stop the machine and with low speed reverse a little to check roller mark on steel for modifying center line on the roller. Wrinkle, and popping, and distortion on stand. Standard roll forming machine with an experienced true designer will working without any popping or wrinkle. So it happens for two reasons. First, not enough tooling stand and the mistake on design. Most noteworthy, each roller stand has designed for forming more than its capacity make distortion on profile. Second, up roller and down roller gapping or centerline mismatch. It needs to take material out and adjust roller and gap. Set up by the roll tooling manufacturer. Feeler or wire gauges are most often used to set the gaps on roll forming stands. This should ideally be done each time the metal being utilized changes significantly in gauge. Operators must be sure to periodically check for tooling wear or machine wear. Each stand consists of top and bottom rolls designed to provide the necessary part dimensions. Position of the top roll can be adjusted via screws to change the gap between rolls, thereby changing the forming pressure applied to the metal at each stand. The final roll gap adjustment on each stand should always be down to compensate for the gear and bearing tolerances inherent to each stand. If the adjustment knobs will turn when you receive the mill, then the screws may have loosened during shipment, and you will need to check the gap setting. Feeler gauges work well. As long as the screws have not loosened during shipment, make a small mark on the frames before changing the position of the idler roller. A center punch or a Sharpie works well. Adjusting the gap. Once you have brewed using some grain that you crushed with the factory gap setting, you're ready to adjust the gap and turn up the efficiency of your brewery. A gap of 0.045 will produce a medium crush. 0.55 turns out a coarse crush. 0.3 at a 0.040 should provide a great fine crush with great extraction efficiencies. To adjust the gap, loosen the screws so the knobs can turn. Use a feeler gauge to measure and set the gap. Slide the feeler gauge shimes into the gap on one end of the rollers. Tighten the knobs so the feeler gauge is tight in the gap. Repeat on the other end of the roller to be sure they are parallel. Tighten the screws on the adjustment knobs. Tighten the thumb screws on the square millimeters 3 mils by hand as tightly as you could using your fingers. The rounded end of the thumb screw should grab the matching groove in the knob, and keep it from moving. If there are any problems with the knobs coming loose, use a small set of pliers to tighten the thumb screws. When setting the gap on the 3 roller mills, it is important to make sure that you set the gap such that the bottom idler is furthest away from the top non-driven idler roller. It is possible to set the same gap spacing with the knobs in 2 different positions. This will not mill the grain properly, and the mill may bind. For a just gap and roll forming machine, you should do the following steps. From the first tooling stand, inspect up roller and down roller gap by the small mirror and make sure our roller angles are alignment. Check left and right rollers not be tight and fixed. Bearing housing screw and up roller gap adjusting screw well fixed. Run roll forming machine without material and inspect by eyes and ears from the first stand to last. Roll forming machine produced to work smooth and silent, so check bearing working, noise, roller turning, gears and so on as well. As we already explained, over tightening occurs tooling worn and bearing worn. If you have any questions, just contact us. Our engineers answer all your questions.